We're Charlie and LeeAnne, a couple from California who left our cushy suburban life to spend the next several years cruising around the Pacific Ocean on our boat, Juliet. And our little dog, too. In our last sailing episode, we left off in the tiny anchorage of Carrizal along the Mexican Pacific coast. After spending a few glorious days enjoying the solitude, as well as the epic snorkeling there, we weighed anchor for our return to Barra de Navidad. As always, I tossed a line out, hoping to catch some dinner.
I think it's a Dorado. I'm just looking at the tail. I think I got a mahi here. Oh, crap.
You get some mahi?
That's a big mahi.
Yes, it was a mahi mahi, an enormous one. I have no idea how much that thing weighed, as I have no means to weigh it out there at sea, but it was by far the biggest fish I've ever caught. Once you catch a fish, it's important to know the best way to dispatch it. I use a method known as ikijime, which is a traditional Japanese technique that involves instantly euthanizing it by inserting a spike into its brain cavity. You have to know where to spike it, as each fish species is different.
Yeah, I spiked him right off the bat. I think I got it right at the first one. Look at him. I got it.
You then have to thoroughly bleed it by hanging it over the side of the boat. This method produces the best meat, as it limits the stress hormones that can negatively impact the texture and flavor.
Oh my God! He's so heavy I can barely lift him over the rail. This is not going to be easy to fillet. I've never tried to fillet a fish this huge. That's a lot of fish. It's a lot of dinners. Look at that. That's amazing.
That night, we had grilled mahi with mango salsa and roasted root vegetables. We froze the rest and ate it for weeks. Barra de Navidad is one of our favorite ports on the Gold Coast. This is one of the few places we indulge in paying for a marina slip, because the resort there is just so amazing, with gorgeous grounds and multiple pools that we're allowed to use. And we had important events to attend. The first thing we did was join an organized hike to a spot known as Secret Beach, although it's not much of a secret as everyone seems to know about it. But it does require climbing up some steep stone steps and crossing a rocky ridge overlooking the ocean, and then descending into a windswept cove ringed by craggy rocks and pounded by a thunderous surf. It's a very picturesque spot, and worth the hour or so it took us to hike there. Next up was Cruisin' Week, an annual fundraiser put on by the cruising community. It includes a race called the Flamingo Regatta. This is a race designed specifically for cruising boats, not racing boats, but that doesn't make it any less competitive.
with a small bottle of tequila. Let's see how small a small bottle of tequila is. That doesn't really count. And a little tequila shot glass. Carmana, come on up and get your third place prize. Medium bottle of tequila. Now we're talking. This could get things started. To our second place winner, Gladiator. Where are you, Gladiator? Come on up and get some tequila. And with the large bottle of tequila, here we are, including a larger shot glass just to make sure you get through it on time. Where's White Raven?
After the winners collected their tequila, the real party started, including a well-stocked bar and pasta made to order. But the main reason we came to Barra was to connect up with our dear friends Alan and Allison. They are really the reason we're out here cruising. We met them 12 years ago at our yacht club in Channel Islands, right as they were preparing to leave for a 2-year cruising adventure on their boat Flyaway. Once they took off, I started reading their blog. In fact, check this out. It's the first comment I ever made on their blog. I followed them obsessively and realized that I wanted to do this. I basically forced them into friendship. We picked their brains for years about cruising, so much that we took to calling them our cruising Sherpas. They were the last people who came to send us off when we departed on our own cruising journey. After cruising for a couple of years, they returned to continue their careers. But last year they retired, bought a new boat, and set sail again. I've always dreamed of cruising with them, and now we're about to welcome them to Barra and finally achieve that dream. This is the moment we start buddy boating. The beginning of an era. Woohoo! You made it!
Yay! Smile for the camera.
I did. Shut up.
Yeah, we like the privacy out here.
Oh, I see. Okay. Nothing like
How did you get that?
Terry brought him for me.
Oh, I thought you pulled up to the French baker while you were still coming in. Like, ooh, French baker, give me
I was
food.
gonna get you some material.
You're not in Barra until you've had the French baker food. So now you're officially in Barra.
We're talking about how everybody has.
To make it even more fun, there were also several other people in Barra whom we know from the same yacht club. So of course a boat party was in order. And here's the whole Channel Islands Yacht Club gang. This is it. This is the moment that we've been waiting for 10 years. We are buddy boating with Alan and Allison on Flyaway 2. Another momentous moment in a week full of momentous moments. We're very excited. We're on our way to Carzal, which is where we just came from, where they have the amazing snorkeling, and we're actually going to go scuba diving. We haven't done much diving on since we started this journey because we don't have a compressor and we only have 2 tanks. They have a compressor, which is not the only reason we want to buddy boat with them, I swear. It was mind-blowing to actually be able to see their beautiful catamaran sailing right behind us. And to spot them on our AIS too. It's great to be buddy boating with someone again. We have so missed sailing with Colin and Julian since they headed south towards Panama. But now we're cruising with our cruising Sherpas, and it's just wonderful to be buddy boating. We prefer cruising when we're buddy boating with people that we know. So back to Carzal, where we spent a few days enjoying activities like trying out my brand new stand-up paddleboard. We also got in some scuba diving, and Alan and I even had a spearfishing contest. I won with these 4 gorgeous cabrillos.
We left Barra de Navidad this morning on our way to Tenacatita. This will be our 3rd time in Tenacatita, but our first time during a normal cruising season when there's a whole community of cruisers there. It's a little bit late in the season, so there aren't quite as many boats as I was told were here earlier in the season, but there's still a bunch of boats there. So we're finally going to see Tenacatita the way I've always dreamed of it. When approaching Tenacatita from the south, you have to be very careful of Roca Centro, which is a rock pretty much right in the middle of the main anchorage here, and you just got to be careful to avoid that rock. On the way here, I had a couple lines out, and success! I caught myself a little Pacific Bonito, which I'm going to make into poke for dinner tonight.
We only had 1 day to spend in Tenacatita, so we just enjoyed the view of the other boats in the anchorage. The next morning, we were treated to a picture-perfect sunrise as we prepared to set sail. We were ready to begin the next chapter of our cruising journey, crossing from the mainland back over to the Sea of Cortez, with a stop at the remote and rugged Isla Isabel, known for its huge colony of blue-footed boobies. Be sure to come back for our next episode, and in the meantime, please drop us a comment and let us know what you think. And don't forget to click like and to subscribe to our channel.